What is up, my podcast listeners? This is your host, Rafael Matuszewski. I'm psyched to chat with you today, and it was so funny. I actually was just doing my intro earlier, and then I drove by a construction stop, and it was super awkward. The guy didn't know I was there, and it was just dead air of me not chatting, which is very rare. And I'm like, you know what? This is not a good way to start the podcast, so I just restarted. But anyway, I'm psyched today to chat with you guys because, number one, I woke up today with a migraine because, anytime it's Wednesday, I get a migraine when the weather changes, and now the weather changed to it being sunny, and now it's starting to go away. So obviously I need to be in a climate where it's sunny all the damn time. But anyway, what we're going to talk about is a question I get all the frickin' time. And it actually happened today, earlier with one of my clients. And they were asking me, how many calories should I eat? And it's a question that's been asked so many times throughout my career. And I try to spill as much knowledge as possible to, my clients, online, all the people that I meet, and people are still as confused as they were 10 years ago. They still don't know. And the tough thing in the nutrition industry is that there's so many different varying opinions and methods and ways to do things. And then, you'll find someone who has, 200,000 followers on Instagram, and all they talk about is being vegan and you have to eat this much or whatever it is. And then people just assume that's the right way. But to be honest, there is no right way to eat, or how much to eat, or how little to eat. And the first thing you need to understand is that our bodies are really fucking complex. Really complex. So if someone on Instagram or TikTok or whatever you're using to consume content says this is the only way, or this is the real way to lose, don't go tell them to fuck themselves, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And I'll say it right now, maybe what I'm saying is not the right way. Maybe, and this is the thing too, is someone will tell me, oh, my friend did keto, and I feel like I always pick on keto, so let's say paleo, and they lost a lot of weight, they look great, they do this, blah, blah. I'm like, that's awesome. And you want to do it? And they're like, yeah, I want to do it. And I'll explain, yep, here's pros, cons of it, but, there's a high chance that you might not be able to follow through, because up until this point that we're talking, you've had struggles with nutrition for years. So why do you think you switching over to paleo, to whatever you're doing right now, is going to be the fix, right? I think that's what a lot of people fall into, is oh, the reason why I'm not losing weight is because the thing I'm doing right now that's called this diet is not the way my body is designed. So I'm going to try other things. And people constantly try other things, and they get the same result where they don't achieve, the result that they're looking for. And they're like, oh, well, maybe it's I've been eating too many calories, and they deprive themselves so much, and your body goes into starvation mode and starts eating away at your muscle mass, and then you get these giant cravings, and you just want to eat like crazy. It's a clusterfuck. So here's my opinion about this whole calories thing. Right now, I'm not counting calories at all. I eat a lot of protein, a sufficient amount. I don't know what I just said there. And a lot of vegetables and some good carbs, brown rice. I had, literally, this is what I had yesterday for dinner. I cooked literally 3 full chickens, roasted them. I had a chicken breast and potatoes and soup that I made that's literally all broccoli and mushrooms and coconut milk. That's it. Those three things. Like, it's not complicated, and it tasted pretty good. You know, I threw on some hot sauce on the chicken. I cooked my potato. Like, this is how I did. I boiled my potatoes, threw them like into a different pan with some butter and some parsley. Done. Right? Like, I'm not super strict on what I'm eating. I'm not weighing my food because I don't need to. I don't need to be on a cover of a magazine like shredded. You know what I mean? And I think that's another like equation to this whole calorie counting thing, is that people assume that in order to be successful you need to look a certain way, which is the people you see on magazines, or like those Instagram fitness people that always have, you know, photos of their shirt off. And I don't think that's what success is, because for the average person trying to get their health in order, they're trying to undo probably like on average 20 years worth of poor eating habits and like zero to like no exercise. Like, it's going to take a while to lose that weight and feel better and move better. So you assuming that in order for you to feel successful is to have like a beach body ready, like a beach body that you see on magazines or what people put on social media. Like, that's not realistic at all. Like, I think all of us listening right now who are, you know, having a tough time losing weight would be like, yeah, if I could lose 10 pounds, that would be amazing. Not like, oh, I'm going to try to get so lean and shredded that sorry, I had to stop because like a truck was going by me and I was like, this dude's gonna hit my car. Like, wow. I'm pretty sure he was like at least like a centimeter away from me, or from my American friends, an inch. Where was I going with that? Anyway, success is not what you actually think it is, right? And we also fall into the trap of like, say you do lose that 10 pounds, what do you want next? Oh, I want to drop another 10 pounds. What happens after that? Oh, I can drop another like 5 to 10, right? And it just keeps going. Like, we're never happy with what we get, right? So we need to also like celebrate the small milestones and like make a big deal about it, because it's huge. Like, when you lose 10 pounds, like, holy fuck, you did it. Like, you fucking did it. But this whole calorie thing, the only time I count calories is like, say I switch up my diet, which I have not done in a very fucking long time because I don't feel the need to. But anyway, say if I wanted to drop weight, I will, okay, let's count my calories, see where I'm at. Okay, I'm eating, I don't know, fucking 3,000 calories a day. Cool. To drop some weight, I'm going to take away 200, do that for 2 weeks, weigh myself. Does that work? Okay, I'm doing good. I'm going to continue. Do another 2 weeks of that. Oh, I stopped losing weight. Okay, let's go down another 200. Like, you have to adjust constantly, right? Now, here's the other issue with calories is, you know, when you look at a calorie, it's like a unit of energy. Like, it's a measure of a unit of energy. And how they calculate calories on, say, like a box of fucking cereal that you buy from the store, they literally will take the food into this like machine where they like burn it, and based off the like amount of energy it produces to go on fire or whatever combustion thing it does, it spits out like numbers of what it is. So then, you know, when you look at a box, it's like it's 100 calories per 25 grams of whatever food it is. It's a estimation of what that unit of energy is. And I remember reading a great article through Precision Nutrition where they looked into what, like, how accurate are those calorie recommendations on the back of any like pantry like food that would show you what the calories are. And it can be anywhere from like 10 to 30% off of what actual calories are in that food. I'm like, 10 to 30%, that's fucking huge. So it doesn't even matter how much I try to count calories from the nutritional facts in MyFitnessPal's app or what I find online. It's going to have a discrepancy of probably 10 to 30%. So regardless, my calories are going to be off. And then the whole equation of like, okay, so how many calories should I be eating per day? Well, there's a lot of factors. Your age, your height, your weight, your gender, like how active you are, how much sleep you get. Like, there's so many external factors that play into how many calories I need to have. So you get into this like rabbit hole of a like non-tangible number, but for some reason, like, people have these numbers in their head, like, oh, if I need to lose weight, it's 1,200 calories. It's like, where did you get 1,200 calories from? How did you get there? They're like, well, you know, my friend did this diet where they just ate 1,200 calories and they lost a bunch of weight. It's like, well, yeah, because they're probably like depriving themselves of food, right? And honestly, personally, I feel that if you're not competing for a certain sport or, you know, something that requires you to drop a lot of weight, you don't really need to count calories if you just eat like a human being. Like, you make sure that you eat a lot of protein, a lot of vegetables, you know, minimal carbs, and, you know, try not to eat like an asshole every single day of the week. Like, have foods that you think are bad once in a while and just move a little bit more. Like, it's going to happen, right? And, you know, I'll have this conversation with people. They're like, yeah, you know what, you make sense, like, that makes sense, you know, I've been just spinning my wheels, I just need to be patient, I need to take your advice. And they turn around and go like, oh, I'm on this like strict diet that I found online, you know, I've lost 3 pounds already this week, it's working, I found it. And what happens is they get to a point where they're like, I fucking hate doing this. I don't think I can do this for another 2 weeks, right? Because you just ask yourself, I say this all the time on my show, like, you find a diet that you've never tried before, ask yourself, can you do that for the rest of your life? The answer is no, right? And I've learned this the hard way for myself. Like, I don't remember the last time I weighed myself. I don't remember the last time I took like before and after photos of myself. I don't remember the last time I counted calories. Like, I think the last time I did that was like probably 4 years ago. And honestly, I'm happier with myself and my body right now. And for those who know my story, like, I used to weigh over 200 pounds. I used to be like really, really fucking big. And even though I lost all my weight, and, you know, I'm athletic, I'm strong, I move well, I still feel like I am 200 pounds. I've had that issue for the longest time. But, you know, changing my mindset of how I am with my eating has helped tremendously. And I think that's what you need to ask yourself is like, okay, I want to lose weight, I want to count calories, I want to get to the certain like target or figure or goal in mind, but like, ask yourself like, what's really the goal? Because everyone's going to say, yeah, the goal is to lose 10 pounds. I want to move and feel better, I want to do this. Like, okay, but like, really, what do you really want? And I think a lot of people don't go down this rabbit hole and going deep enough to like really tell themselves that the true answer to that is to finally be okay with yourself. Be happy with how you look, how you feel in your body, how you look in the mirror when you put on, you know, a certain piece of clothing that you might not have worn 20 years ago, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's what people are achieving, but for some reason our fitness industry and nutrition industry, the beauty industry puts these markers on self-worth that you have to like hit certain targets of numbers in order to, you know, be worth who you are. Like, right now, you are worth it. All right? Fuck. Yes, you guys are fucking worth it. I love you all. That was a good rant. I'm going to leave it there. because I could keep going on this topic forever, and I want to keep these short to 15 minutes or less, and I think I just passed the 15-minute mark, but you guys are worth it. Don't shortchange yourself in thinking that being a certain weight, being a person that follows a certain amount of calories per day is going to give you true happiness. Like, being healthy means being happy. I used to say this all the time. If you're currently not happy with what you're trying to do to improve your health, then it's not working. So that's my challenge for you. Think outside the box. Figure out what things you can do to actually make you feel like you're worth it. And a lot of times it's taking away from those metrics of weighing yourself, counting all the food that you eat, and almost like letting go to be able to finally accept who you are. And all that weight stuff, all those aesthetic goals will come when you do this small little thing. But that's it for me, you guys. Hit the show notes, add me on Facebook, add me on I said Facebook twice, add me on Instagram. I believe I started adding my LinkedIn profile. Add me on LinkedIn because I post a lot of photos and videos of what I do best. And give me a 5-star review, share this podcast. That's it for me, you guys. Thank you. I love you all.